Okay, now we're going to cook roasted herb potatoes, and you want to have at least, probably you can go up to 5 pounds of red potatoes. They come in all different sizes. These are bigger, so what you want to do is take, after you've washed them, and you want to cut them into bite-sized pieces like Justin and I are doing right now. Once you get that done, we're going to go ahead and olive oil the pan, and then we're going to season it. Now typically when I make these at home, I use a Greek seasoning because I love it, and it just flavors my food. I mean, I use it on pretty much everything, honestly, even steak. But we don't have any Greek seasoning here today, so we're going to improvise a little bit. I'm going to use an Italian herb seasoning by, I believe it's McCormick, which is really good. And then I'm going to add, we'll do yours, Justin. And then I'm going to add some salt and some pepper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just coat the pan generously with olive oil. Okay. Season it really well with the Italian veggies, or the Italian seasoning. And you can change your seasoning up however you want to. If you like something different, maybe you want to do oregano or rosemary, even some dill, you can do that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now we're going to do some salt and pepper. Now these are going to cook in an oven at about 425 degrees, and they only take, I would say probably about 20 to 25 minutes of cooking time. So they're very fast. We're going to coat these so that the potatoes are all seasoned and oiled. And then we're going to have Justin put them in the oven. And once these are cooking, I'm going to start on the vegetable portion, and that's going to be a stir-fried garden vegetable medley. Okay, you want to put those in the oven, Justin? Great, thank you. We're going to start cooking our stir-fried vegetable medley. This is the dish that's going to go with the next entree of the crunchy chicken breasts that we're going to do. We have the potatoes already cooking in the oven. The vegetables will take probably, 20 minutes on the stove. So we're going to put some olive oil in the fry pan, and I always give it a nice generous coating because once those vegetables cook, they kind of soak up a lot of it. Okay, then I like to add my seasoning right to the oil, and again I'm using an Italian herb mix. I kind of have a theme going, I think you can tell. Actually, again, feel free to season your veggies with whatever you do, and if I were at home I'd be using Greek seasoning, but I'm not. So if you have something favorite that you like to do, go ahead and use it. And again, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper just to give it some added flavor. I also want to put in some garlic, and I'm not one that measures. I just kind of, it's about a teaspoon. I cook like my mother used to make, it's like she used to, without any kind of measuring cups at all, unless it's something I've never done before, then I'm all about it. Okay, you want to add your onion, which is a julienne, and basically all you do is want to peel your onion, and then you just take and do slices of onion, and they all break apart as you're cooking. So you want to just go ahead and add, and you can add as much or as little onion to this as you'd like. If you're somebody that likes onion, a lot of it, go ahead, feel free. And then some celery, because it's a nice crispy crunchy, adds good bite to your veggies when you're cooking. And this, I just peel, cut my stems off, wash it really well, and then I just cut it into small sections like this. And if you choose to make your sections smaller, more diced, you can do that as well. Okay, we're going to add our carrots, and I like to buy the petite baby carrots from Walmart. I think you can probably get them at Fairway or any grocery store. I like the petite ones because they don't take quite as long to cook. So I'm just going to add the bag there. And then we're going to go ahead and stir this up so that all these veggies get coated again, and all the seasonings and the garlic get mixed in. And then I'm going to put this on the stove, to cook. And we're going to let it simmer for just a little while. And then as this cooks, eventually we're going to add our pepper, which is again julienne. We'll add our mushrooms last because they don't take as long. And then we're going to also add in our zucchini. But once we do that, we'll come back and I'll show you exactly how to go about doing that. Okay, I'm going to put this on the stove. Okay, and I usually cook on medium-high heat to get it started, and then later on I turn it down. Okay, so next we're going to go on to our crunchy chicken breast, and we'll get that started here for you in just a moment. Okay, because of the setup in the kitchen, we decided to pull the vegetables off of the oven so that we can show you how we're adding the rest of ours. This is a yellow pepper, very, very easy to cut. You just want to slice them in half and pull out the insides. Pull out the seeds if you don't like them, and I don't tend to like the seeds. And then I just slice mine this way, right into the rest of the vegetable mixture. I have some already prepared, so we're going to add those. And then we're going to add our zucchini. Now zucchini is really easy. A couple people thought this was cucumber because they do look relatively close. We've washed these already. You want to cut your ends off and then just very easily slice them right into the rest of the vegetables. They're very healthy, very good for you. A good green vegetable. My family loves them. Okay, and the last thing we're going to add is the mushrooms. These are already sliced. This is the easy person's way to do it. Okay, I'm going to stir these, put these back on the stove again for probably another 10 minutes. They'll simmer down. I'm actually going to put a cover on top of them to help keep the moisture in and the steam. That helps cook them a little bit faster and makes them a little bit more tender. And keep in mind when doing this, you can test them with a fork or a knife, and that will tell you when they're done according to your taste. Some people like them really soft, some people like them to be a little bit more, as they call them, al dente. Okay, these are going to go right back on the stove. Okay, now we're going to do our crunchy chicken breasts. These are super easy. They take 20 minutes in the oven and they're really, really good. Now, they're coated in corn flakes, but you can also do them if you want in Special K. But I like the corn flakes. It works really well. And I like to season my corn flakes just a little bit. I add a little bit of sesame seed. Kind of gives it a little extra crunch and a little bit of a different flavor to it. Kind of more oriental. I add a little bit of salt. And I'm going to put in some Parmesan, fresh Parmesan cheese. It's shredded, and I just bought this at they just bought this at the Walmart store, but again, you can get it at any grocery store. You want to get this all mixed up, so when it coats your chicken breast, every piece of chicken has a little bit of something on it. And once you get this on your plate, or on your baking dish, if you want to add a little bit more cheese or a little bit more sesame seeds, you can do that as well. It's really, really easy. So you want to take your chicken breast, and the recipe calls for a 3-ounce chicken breast. These were a little bit bigger, so we kind of butterfly them a little bit. Dunk them into the skim milk, which is extra healthy for you. Coat them in this, put it on the pan. So we're going to continue to do that. When I told my son that I was going to make these, he was really excited. Oh, Mom, I just love those. I used to make them all the time. It's actually a Weight Watchers recipe. So for anybody who's on Weight Watchers, it's Weight Watcher friendly. Okay. And again, like I said, once you get them on the pan, if you want to add a little bit more topping or sesame seeds or cheese, whatever your heart desires, you can do. I can hear our veggies stir frying and cooking away on the oven back there. We'll check on those in a little bit. and see, we should be about ready to add the rest of our vegetables to the stir fry. And we just checked on our potatoes. They're cooking very well and smelling delicious. So once these are all finished, it's going to be a great, great meal. Your family will love it. And these are all recipes that are quick and easy, and the majority of them, with the exception of the scalloped potatoes, takes 30 minutes, under 30 minutes to cook. I got quite a mess going here. Okay, we're going to pop these in the oven, and we'll check on our potatoes and our vegetable in just a moment. Okay, and the chicken breast does cook at 400 degrees for 20 minutes in your oven. Okay, so as you can see, we've just pulled our roasted red potatoes out of the oven. They're awesome. Look how good they look. They're hot and ready to go. So in just a couple minutes, we're going to plate these up with our crunchy chicken breast, and we're going to see a meal really good. Your family's going to love it. Okay, as you can see, our first meal here, or our meal is done. I'm going to start plating one up for you so you can see. The chicken breasts, I temp those out at 160 degrees. So for anybody who's not sure if your chicken is ever done and you have a thermometer at home, it's 160 degrees for chicken. Okay, these are the potato. Doesn't this look wonderful? And all this in under a half an hour. How great. Your family is going to enjoy this. It's time away from having to be in the kitchen after you've worked all day long. Enjoy.